Need to see here if it's on the live page yet. Need to see here if it's on the live page yet. Okay, can somebody in the comments section below tell me if you can see me and hear me and if we're live, and just let me know? I'm just going to refresh for the comments. Let's see what we got. I know there's a delay, so I'll just wait until somebody says you can see me and hear me. Just type yes in the chat box if you can see and hear me. Probably type in the chat box to refresh the page. Hey Durant.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. Just click mute until we bring you on, and we'll be all set to go.
All right.
Do you guys know? Can you guys tell me if some people are commenting that they can see and hear us, or try and get this thing rocking and rolling?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything saying that anyone can hear you, but I'm sure they'll come in because of the. Let me see here. Nothing, dude. I don't see nothing yet. But.
Can you guys go to the live page and see what you guys see on your end?
Yeah, I can see the Hangout. I mean, if I hit play. Yeah, it's playing on my end, so.
Okay.
Yeah, people are saying they can hear and see you.
You can see us?
Yeah, cool.
All right. If you guys can just also moderate the comments, tell people that they need to click play or refresh the page, and I'll just get it started. All right, guys. Want to welcome everybody. I'm super jacked right now. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Jeff Buchanan. I know we have people coming from different people inviting them onto the Hangout, and we got an awesome panel here with us today, and I'm going to introduce everybody. But I have to tell you, I'm super excited right now because of what we're going to be talking about tonight and the things that we've orchestrated as far as like a team and a structure and a product and everything that we're doing with the systems that we have in place right now is absolutely phenomenal. So I'm not going to do too much talking up front here because I actually want to hear from a lot of the people we have on the panel tonight. Some people you might know, some people you might not know, but I want to give everybody a chance to just share a couple of things from their own experience, their own results that they're having, and also just the product and the company that we've decided to work with to really look long-term. Because I don't know about you guys, but I've done quite a few different home business things before. I've done a lot of internet marketing stuff, built my own systems, and one thing that I realized is that when you're doing a home business, when you're doing internet marketing, when you're doing stuff that has to do, especially in the biz op industry, is most oftentimes you have to lead with like compensation. So you see a lot of email copy or Facebook ads or pay-per-click ads or just videos that are sent out there. And the whole thing about it is, you know, how to make $500 a day or how to make $1,000 a day, and they just talk about all the money that you're going to make. And what I'm so excited about is we're actually partnered up with a company right now. We have systems in place that we're already seeing results with, that we're actually talking about the product. And we're finding out that people are willing and already have been looking to buy the product that we're selling, and they can care less whether or not it was tied to a compensation plan or a home business. they're actually buying these products or buying the stuff that the product produces. So that just got me jacked because I just saw a really global opportunity that we can really take this thing to the races. So without further ado, I don't want to talk too much myself up front. I actually want to just start introducing some people. So why don't we start just from closest to me, and we'll just start with you, Tim. And why don't you unmute yourself? And I want to give you the floor to just kind of come in and like say who you are and what you think about what we're doing. And we'll just kind of do some brief introductions, and then we'll talk about some stuff after everybody introduces themselves. Sound cool?
Yeah, it's good, man.
Right.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know me, my name's Tim Chisonus. I've been online for a good portion of about 4 years now, and doing affiliate marketing, MLM, network marketing, CPA, lead gen, doing client-based stuff. You name it, I've dabbled in it. And some of you know me from our platform and everything like that, our educational platform. But Jeff was actually the guy who got me started online back in 2012. And this whole make money from home, make money online, business opportunity type marketplaces is all I knew for about 3 years straight. And it's where a lot of people are when they first get started. It's the affiliate marketing, internet marketing, and it sounds hot, and it sounds shiny and sexy and everything like that. And everyone gets used to promoting stuff with a comp plan in front of the product. And what I mean by that is everyone tries to promote products online by, telling them how much money they can make if they just sell this thing, without actually telling them, hey, this product right here is a good product, and this is why you need it in your life. They're actually selling a product. You know what I mean? I'm sure some of you guys can relate.
Tim, I think we lost you, brother. You there? Good old Tim's internet connection is just blowing him out right now.
You even said you're like, dude, is your internet gonna cut out this time?
Yeah, I know. All right, so we're gonna actually take a break on Tim, and when he comes back, we'll bring him back on. Oh, Tim, you there?
Yeah. Did it glitch?
Yeah, you totally blew out, bro. Go ahead and keep going.
Okay, so I don't know where you guys stopped hearing me, but anyways, I'll just keep going with it. So moving forward with having an online-based business, showing people how to market online, and just having a business in general, it comes down to selling a product, and not just selling any product though, but selling a product that people can actually use and that'll benefit and help them, basically, help better their lives. And it's the product that we're going to be, introducing you guys and showing you is something that everyone needs, everybody uses on a daily basis. So it's not like they have to go out and start taking this magic pill or drinking a magic juice or anything like that. But it's something that it's just going to help. It can help on a global scale, basically, is what we're going to be showing you guys. And that's what's exciting about it, because Mike will probably tell you here in a little bit. I won't give you away his stuff, but he was looking at buying something before he even understood or knew that this was the actual product was part of an actual opportunity. So I'm jacked about it. I know Jeff's jacked about it. Everyone on this panel is, as Jeff would say, blown, and it's just, yeah. So, you guys are in for a real treat. This is perfect timing. I've heard Mike say this before in a video that we had, like yesterday. I think he posted it in our group. If you've ever heard about that unicorn that comes around every once in a while that doesn't exist, this is that unicorn. So this is why I'm excited. Mike's excited. Joseph is excited. Durant, we got Chuck on here, and we're just all blown, as Jeff said. So yeah, with that being said, man, I want to let you kind of take the reins, man.
Awesome, brother. Thank you. All right, so that was Tim. Let's go over next person over to him, and let's go to Michael Koken. And Mike, why don't you come on and say a few words to introduce yourself, brother?
What's up? So I'm Michael. I've been online for 4 years. I feel like it's an AA meeting. You know what I mean? when people say that, but anyways, in all seriousness, I actually work with Tim. He's my business partner, and you know, we kind of have a similar story. And right now, like just like Tim said, I've done pretty much everything. You know, I still do consulting for clients offline right now, like businesses and stuff like that, and I also own a company with Tim where we actually teach internet marketing, and it's just an educational platform. So we were in this position where we're looking for another project. You know, what you know, something we can get into to build another business, and we wanted to go the physical product route. And you know, we kind of were throwing ideas here and there, and you know, we got some connections in China where we can manufacture, you know, stuff. So we're looking for a market to get into, and so you know, that was always in the back of my head. And you know, a couple weeks ago, I called Jeff, and you know, we were just kind of chit-chatting a little bit, and towards the end of the call, you know, I asked him, I said, hey dude, I was like, you know, what are you up to? Like, what's going on? What are you doing right now? Because I know he hasn't done anything in a long time. And it's funny, he just kind of laid it on me, and he's like, I'm doing this thing, you know, there's this water machine, and as he started telling me about it, I already knew about alkaline water, and you know, I told him, I was like, you know what, we were actually looking to buy a machine or a system, so I was already in the market for that, and once he kind of, you know, laid it on me, told me about the company, and you know, he mentioned the company name, and at first, you know, it didn't ring a bell, but then actually when I saw the logo, and you know, I saw the Nagic logo, I was like, oh, that's one of the machines I was looking at buying, and then it clicked. I was like, wow. I said, you know, this is a huge market, and you know, he kind of explained, you know, it's actually a direct sales company and so on and so forth. And you know, at that moment, like, you know, I just made a decision. I was like, this is it. I want to get in. Like, what do I need to do to get started? And at that time, Tim was actually on his honeymoon. He just got married, so he's a newly married guy. And I was like, dude, I was like, I'm in. We need to do this. I'm trying to call Tim. You know, he's over in Costa Rica with no reception, and like, you know, I'm sending him messages. I was like, dude, I got the next thing we can work on, and this is it. This is a cool thing that we can help a lot of people, and we can, you know, in more than one way. And we were just really excited to kind of just get, you know, hit the ground running with this thing. So that's where we're at. We're just so excited. And as you guys, some of you guys might know what we're talking about already. For some of you, you're just completely like new to this. So don't worry, we're going to kind of get into, you know, exactly what we're selling, all this stuff, and all that information. But to have, you know, the guys that are on this panel that have a good track record, they've done a lot of, you know, they've done really well for themselves using internet marketing, and they've been in multiple businesses. For all of us to be on this panel right now and just be absolutely blown. Sorry, Jeff, I just had to do that. We, you know, obviously there's something. It's a unicorn, you know, like I said in one of my videos. This is the unicorn that comes by, and if you're not, you know, aware, or if you're not alert and you're not paying attention, it's gonna pass you by, and then you're gonna find out about it later, and you're going to feel horrible about it. So, you know, I know there's a lot of people out there that are doing their thing, they're in this, they're in that, and they're just, you know, they're focused, and, you know, shiny object syndrome, you know, that's a bad thing. But, you know, just for right now, all I want to ask of you is just kind of like sit back and have a non-biased view on this, and just kind of take in the information, and I promise you, if you do that, it's going to click for you too. So that's pretty much all I got for now, Jeff. I'll hand it back to you.
Cool, brother. Thanks for sharing, man. Yeah. Why don't we bring on Joseph? Joseph, go ahead and unmute yourself and share a little bit, just real briefly, who you are and why you're stoked and excited to be on with us right now.
Hey guys, my name is Joseph Zabrowski, and you know, I started online many years ago, many failures. For the last 3 years, I've been able to make a good living. And I've seen that over the last 3 years, everybody's into digitally based businesses. And, you know, after 3 years or so of doing well, I really was desiring a product-based business. So I had actually gotten into Amazon and Kindle, and I spent about 6 weeks doing that. And I'm still planning on doing that, but it's a lot of work. And while I was in that process, I got in touch with Jeff, and he was telling me what he was doing. And so it was a product-based business. It was exactly what I was looking for. So, I always look at things from a business standpoint. I have a business degree, and when I look at this business, when you just look at the highlights, there's just, it's a total winner. A 40-year business that has longevity, brings in $30 million, over $30 million in revenue a month. 70% of that goes to affiliates. And we're the first group to offer an automated online system to the world. Before this, it was chiefly done offline. So that's what really attracted me, and I just don't think you can lose with that type of thing. And there's so many other selling points that we'll get into here as we go. So that's about it.
Awesome, brother. Love it, man. Hey, Durant, you good to say what's up real quick, man, and let everybody know who you are and what you're working with?
Yeah, sure. You guys hear me all right there? Can you hear me? Oh, wait, I can't hear you. For some reason, I'm muted. Oh, wait, that's right. You muted yourself, probably. So anyway, yeah. So, yeah, my name is Durant Richardson. If you guys don't know, I've been with ABWN for about 10 months now. And, like I said, I was just hanging out one day on my day off, and I got the email from Michael. I think it was a little broadcast. It's like, hey, we're starting in 30 minutes. I got this awesome thing to show you. And then I just, it was just like perfect timing because I didn't even know what to expect. I got on, and then all of a sudden I just heard the presentation, and Jeff was on there, and I was just like, like you guys said, blown. I was just blown away because two things that really stuck out to me is that this is a product that everybody has potential to use, and also it's a product that everybody can understand because with a lot of biz offs out there, a lot of things online, a lot of people don't really understand how to make money with it or how to use it. So once everything was laid out and I just saw everything, like I said, I just knew I had to get on board, and I just went for it. So I just pretty much jumped on it right away, and here I am. So like I said, I'm proud to be here, and thank you guys for showing me this and having me here today. So I'm pretty pumped.
Hey, dude, I want to ask you a quick question. So prior to all this, like you're still pretty new, right? You're learning. You're learning from our products and stuff like that. You're learning marketing. And so on.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
and
still in learning mode. Like I said, I was like Michael was saying, I was scared of the whole shiny object syndrome because I'm still really new and like just trying to focus on one thing. And then I saw this and I just had to pretty much drop everything I was doing, and like I said, just learning as I go. I'm pretty new. Yeah.
So you took action on this. You're still fairly new. You took action on this, and I think you're getting checks in the mail. You should have some checks coming in the mail, and you're a 2A already, right? And you're new to this before.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Already ranked up. I actually just got the email yesterday that I'm receiving 3 checks actually coming in the mail, and that I already ranked up to the next, to 2A already. So, and I've only been in this for a week and a half. So, like I said, it's just awesome, man.
And like the product, is amazing. It's just easy to tell somebody what it is, and they go, it's like okay, yeah. Like how do I get one, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like I didn't really need to really sell anybody on it. I just kind of told them about it, and there's already, people at shoulders just immediately interested in it because, like I said, it's just something that everybody can understand and that everybody can use, and it's just going to benefit people, not only the like you said, the comp plan, but the actual product itself and what it could do for you. So, yeah, man. That's pretty much it there.
Awesome, dude. Proud of you, man. Keep it up.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, Durant. I love it, man. If you guys didn't notice, Michael was using word trickery with Durant. He was leading him into his answers.
Yeah.
He was using some type of spell on him. That was weird, man. Michael, don't do that anymore, bro.
We teach that in Automated Wealth Network.
I'm just messing. I like to have fun, man. You gotta be yourself on this stuff. If you guys notice, like we're just chilling. I'm chilling at my house. I'm in my home office. Chuck's in his home office. Joseph, Durant, Michael, Tim. We're all just chilling at home, man. We're just having fun. We're just being ourselves. But the cool thing is we got some systems and some processes and an actual product-based business that we've hooked up together that allows us to live free of a 9-to-5 workspace, and we can actually decide how to live and how to do business and when to do business, and we get to just chill and just help other people, you know. So it's kind of fun. I don't know if that's something that you want to do, but if it is, I would stick around to the end of this webinar and check out how you can, you know, kind of follow in our footsteps of what we're doing. So what I want to do is I want to bring on the Chuckinator, as I just named him right now. I'm going to just name him the Chuckinator because he's just a destroyer. And Chuck, why don't you introduce yourself to those that don't know you and just rip it for a few minutes, bro.
Oh, what's up, man? Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. Like Jeff said, my name is Chuck. Sometimes the Chuckinator, I guess now. So, but no, I've been online actually full time as an income, a career, whatever you want to call it. This is my 10th year now. I've been doing this full time for a living. Had a job since about 2000, late 2005, early 2006, and I made a lot. The backbone of my income had always been kind of like what Joseph had described earlier, which is like digital-based products, digital franchise type stuff, or and I did that for a long time. I was able to earn a lot of money, helped a lot of people. In the previous business I was in, Jeff and I had worked in together as well. I was one of the $1 million earners in that company, and but some things just happened, and anyways, I didn't want to dwell on the past or whatever, but some stuff happened there, and I was at that point I was kind of done in the industry. I'd gone through so much of that up and down roller coaster that I was looking for other ways to earn money. I was getting into like Amazon and Shopify, just like how Joseph had talked about as well. I was looking at trying to do some day trading stuff. I mean, I was done. Because I'm 34, I'm going to be 35 in May, and I was like, I've been doing this for 10 years. Is it always going to be this up and down roller coaster of, something's hot for a little while, then it fizzles out, and you got to find something new, and then do that all over again, then it fizzles out. And it was fun when I was younger, but now that I'm getting older, my kids are getting older, I'm looking to like transition into the stability part of it. And I was like, maybe that's just not in this industry. I don't know. Maybe it's not here. And I don't want to be 60 years old looking for the next cheesy deal to promote. So I was, in my mind, I was exhausted. I was, done, and I took over a year off. I mean, I didn't do much. Luckily, I was able to live off residuals and kind of, dabble and learn some other things while I was taking that time off. And I wasn't sure if ever, whenever, or if there was anything that was going to want to get me back into business here again, whether in the network marketing, internet marketing, direct sales space, whatever we like to call our niche. But so it was a little few months ago that I known about this company for a while too, just like some of the guys had said previously. So I've known about it for a while, but to me it was like the old style of doing stuff, like bug your friends and family, get people to a hotel meeting or have home parties at your house, and use your circle of influence and go to trade shows. And just like for me, I was like, gosh, I just don't have that in me. I never have. I've always wanted to use, I've always liked using automation and systems and, web, lead generation methods that were, all of it used the internet and sales funnels and stuff. That's how I like to work. I mean, because to me, that was the easiest way to help other people duplicate as well. So when I saw the company and stuff, it's like, this is a solid company, solid product, but there just wasn't a way that I felt comfortable marketing it and that other people could also duplicate. But a couple of other colleagues of mine, they told me they were preparing to develop a system for it. And I started looking at the company again, and I started looking at the compensation model, and I started looking at I watched like a 45. I mean, I don't know when the last time you watched a 45-minute video on YouTube. I mean, usually if I don't have doesn't catch my interest in like a minute, I'm gone, but I watched a full like product demo, 45-minute product demo on this, and I was like blown away. I wanted to buy the product just to have it. I mean, at that point I didn't know how much money you could make with it or what it was about as far as that goes, but then I started looking into that side of it, and I was like, dude, this is a 40-year-old company. This, it's based on actual tangible products that people actually want to buy. Not like, the stuff I run into before with digital products, and somebody says, well, what is it you do or what is it you sell? And I have to spend 15 minutes trying to articulate a way that they can understand what the heck it is that I'm doing. But with this, like, it's simple. It's like, this is what it is, and so it's easy to explain. It's got a patented compensation plan. The company's a member of the Direct Sellers Association, which I don't even know. I've never even heard of any other company or niche, be included in that. Never heard of anybody having a patented comp plan. And I like that it wasn't, like a get three who get three type thing. It's direct sales, which means, you make good upfront money. But when I started looking at the long-term play with it too, I mean, guys, it's like real long-term money that you could, if you want to stop, you can stop and you'll still get paid because there's no deranking, there's no qualifiers to get your money. It's awesome. So for me, like I feel good and proud about what we're doing, and it shows in the results that we're having as a team. Like we have a lot of people that are succeeding and duplicating here. A lot of people that are. I have a lot of customers too. I mean, that are just buying the product to buy the product. I mean, so I'm really happy to be here. I'm psyched to be linked up with guys like Jeff and everybody else here on the Hangout. And for me, I feel like I finally, after 10 stinking years in the industry, found a home that I can work this for as long as I want to. And then when I'm done, I'm still going to get paid. Like that's the kind of the whole goal with everything, and that we're always taught in this industry is that build a long-term walk-away income. Well, in most companies, if you walk away, your money stops or it drops so fast, like it because there's so much attrition, and you have to keep recruiting people and selling to replace those who just dropped out. And it's like a never-ending cycle, and if you stop, it goes away. But with this, it's not like that. So I just feel really good about it. It's a solid company, been around forever. Like I don't think it's going to go anywhere tomorrow. And it's great products that people actually want to buy and use. I mean, again, like what a concept, right? A business that's based on products people want to actually buy. I mean, hello. So to me, it's like has everything that I want. I'm glad to be a part of it. So all of my 10 years of being in this industry, to me, I feel like I said, I finally found a good fit for me and a good home for my team and the people, and I feel proud to share it. And when my family asks what I do, it's easy to tell them, and it's just everything to me is everything I've always wanted. So I'm super stoked to be here. And I guess in a nutshell, that's pretty much my intro, Jeff, I guess.
Dude, I love it, bro. Hey, I want to touch on one quick point because you brought it up. And I actually, when me and Chuck first talked on the phone, we kind of giggled for a second like little schoolgirls about the fact that we watched these product demonstration videos, and we watched them for like 2 hours on YouTube. And we both laughed because we're like, exactly what he just said. When was the last time you were doing something, home business wise or internet marketing wise, that you actually just like researched the product and you like were sitting there glued to your screen watching what the product can do for 2 hours on YouTube, and you weren't even worried about like compensation or anything? You were just excited about, oh my gosh, that's an awesome product. And yeah, so we were laughing about that, weren't we, Chuck?
Yeah, dude. I was like, well, I was thinking of all the ways that I could use it. My wife will love it, for around the house and her own personal use. Is like seeing the stuff it could do for different ailments, and like shoot, I could use that for myself. I mean, I just wanted it for myself and my family. I was like, this is awesome. It does all these things. I mean, it replaces a lot of different stuff, and I was like, sweet. This I thought, like I said, I love the product, and it's very powerful. Seeing the demonstration of all the different stuff that and that it does, and to me that was a big deal. And like I said, I mean, it was just kind of captivating. I just kept staying and watching it, and I was like, I thought I'd click off, and I was like, I never did, man. And 45 minutes later, I was like, that was awesome. Like I said, I haven't watched a YouTube video that long in a while, if ever, really.
That's hilarious. You know what? Speaking of that, I want to touch on this real quick because I was sharing it with the guys before we started. And so, if you guys aren't aware of this, some of you might be aware of this. Some of you might actually know what it is we're already talking about. But let me just briefly open up to what we're talking about here. The company that we're all excited and jacked about is a company called Enagic. Enagic. They've been around for over 35 years. They're home based in Japan. And what's awesome is the product that we're all jacked about is a Kangen water machine. And basically what the machine does is it hooks up to your water faucet, and when you turn your water faucet on, you literally just click a lever, literally just spin the lever like that. It diverts the water right into the machine, and literally within a second, you have alkaline water coming at different levels of pH, whatever you decide by the click of a button, right into a cup or a bowl, whatever you want to put it in, and you can start consuming it right then and there. Now, when I heard about alkaline water, I wasn't understanding like that. Regular water, tap water, or even distilled water wasn't the same as alkaline water. The first time I actually heard alkaline, I actually thought about batteries. I don't know about you guys, but I heard about alkaline batteries before, but I never heard about alkaline water. And the alkaline water that is produced right from the machine, it literally just comes right from your tap water faucet. So it comes through a filtration process in the machine, and then it goes through titanium plates in the machine that charge and ionize the water, and then it comes right out of the hose into your cup, and it's cool. It's just right there on your sink. You can use it anytime, as much as you want, right out of your tap water faucet. So that's what we're talking about right now, is an alkaline water machine made by Enagic. Now here's what I want to touch on real quick, because some of you guys might already know that. And some of you guys might already be informed about the benefits of alkaline water, but this is what tripped me out today, and I want some people to talk about this after I bring this up. You know, we can kind of touch base on this. Two things. First of all, my sister has a friend who always buys bottled alkaline water. I don't know if you guys have bought bottled alkaline water before or even knew that you could do that, but she has a friend that buys bottled alkaline water. Now here's the trippy part about it. She goes to the store, wherever they sell it, I don't know where they're selling it, but she buys the alkaline water, and on the bottle, on the label, it says 9.5 pH level, and then a disclaimer right underneath that, at the time it was produced. So I want you to check this out real quick. There's somebody going to a store buying a product in a bottle that says it's alkaline water with 9.5 pH, but then the disclaimer right underneath it says at the time it was produced. The reason they have to put that disclaimer is because as soon as sunlight touches alkaline water, and or the water begins to move and shake, it starts to lose its alkalinity. And the alkaline properties only stay in the water for roughly 48 to 72 hours if it's contained without sunlight and without movement. So check this out. This person is spending more money for a product that they're getting from the store that isn't even going to give them what they're buying. That just tripped me out right there. And they're buying it in a bottle, you know. Our machine, you hook it up to your tap water faucet, you can get 9.5 pH right into your cup all day long, every day, you know, for almost free, because you got to pay for your water usage. But whatever you're paying for your water usage, you're just paying for that, and you're getting alkaline water right in your cup. That blew my mind. And so I want to just open it up real quick and just, I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on like the alkaline water? Who's using it right now? Who wants to jump in and just say, you know, who's using the product right now? Who wants to talk about that? Joseph, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say, relative to what Jeff was just talking about, I did the math on that. Like, he was talking about getting an alkaline bottle of water at $3 to $4 a bottle, 16 ounces, and our filter in our ionizer lasts for 1,500 gallons. So if you do the math on that, it comes out to, if you were to sell 16-ounce bottles or cups of alkaline water, 1,500 gallons worth, you'd make $36,000 just from selling it. That's just an interesting point.
Yeah, that's super insane. Who else wants to come on and say it, who's using the water right now and drinking it, and just what are your thoughts on the water that's getting produced out of the machine? Somebody jump on here.
I've been using it. I've noted the first thing I noticed right away is the spike in my energy, and like at first, like I was like, all right, I don't know, maybe it's the placebo of it, maybe me thinking it's working, but it's been like over a week now, and it's been consistent. You know, so I've been stoked about that. And you know, like you said, Jeff, I actually have bought water. Like I'll go to Whole Foods and I was buying, because you know, this was like a couple months back when I found out, you know, how good alkaline water is for your body, and you know, all the things that it does for you. So I started buying bottled alkaline water. I had no idea I was buying basically distilled water at that point, because you know, who knows how long it's been in transport and then sitting on the shelf and then all that stuff. So when I learned that little tidbit of information, I was like, what? You know, it's like, that's the scam right there. These people are selling you water like that's not even alkaline water. That's crazy. So yeah, definitely, it's such a, you know, good investment for anybody that's, you know, health conscious. And you know, when people and like you and Chuck said, like I also watched the demo videos, and I was glued to the screen. I was just like waiting to see what he does next with it, and it's just blown away. Like I'm like, this thing does all of that. It's like, you know, it's crazy. I was so sold. I was like, I can't wait to get it. Like I need one, you know. So yeah, it's pretty sick.
Oh, it's so funny. And something else that I learned recently, one of my friends who's actually going to be buying a water machine, he said he's going to be in it this week or next week from Enagic. He works at an office that, you know, they have like restaurants and stuff around the office. It's kind of like a community center or whatever. And there's a booth in the office that's like this water, you know, this alkaline water booth where they sell alkaline water. and they actually sell it, you know, just like I guess they make it right there. So they make the alkaline water and sell it. And what's funny is my friend found out about what I'm doing, and he talked to me about it. He was like, "Oh my gosh, that's awesome! I know about the benefits of alkaline water. I want one of those machines." And sorry, let me close my window. And he's like, "I want one of those machines." And so he sees this booth that they're selling the alkaline water in, and he's like, "I wonder how they're making the alkaline water, what they're using." He peeks in the back area to where they're making it, and he sees the Enagic SD501 machine, and that's what they're using to make the water with. So one of the higher-end machines that Enagic offers, they're using that actual machine to make the water, and they're selling cups of water, like, you know, 16 ounces or whatever, or bottled 16 ounces, 12 ounces, for $3 to $4 a pop. And so that's what Joseph was referring to, and you know, the amount of water you can make with the filtration process in the machine. That blew my mind. And so my friend, he started laughing because he was like, "Oh my gosh, I know that machine. Like, that's Jeff, the company he's working with. That's the machine. They bought the machine, and now they're just making $3 to $4 to $5 a pop on every time they're selling a little bottle of it." So that was just hilarious to me, that this is like, we're talking about something that's a physical product. You're going to get it in the mail, you're going to unwrap it, you're going to get an awesome DVD that shows you how to set everything up. It took me about 10 minutes, 15 minutes to set it up on my sink. And then once I set it up, I'm done. All I do is turn my water on, turn it off, and I can choose to get Kangen water, alkaline water out of the system, or I can use my tap water faucet the same. You're going to get a physical product that's going to get mailed to your house. You're going to put your hands on it. This is not a digital product. This is not thin air that you're selling. This is something that I personally have brought in my sister and my mother, and also friends and family that I know about, because they actually just wanted the product. I want you to wrap your head around that real quick. We're not talking about some rev share deal. We're not talking about some, you know, CPA offer that people have to get all these points to get qualified. We're not talking about some, you know, whatever K formula that you need to buy that's going to be a series of 10 videos that give you all this, you know, theoretical examples of marketing stuff that you need to do, and that's what you're buying. You're buying a physical product that is going to produce a better source of water that your body actually desires and needs on a daily basis. And so that's why we're so jacked about this. This is a real business, and it's long term. So I want to open up, because I don't want to do all the talking here. I want to just open up the line here. Who wants to maybe just share a little bit? Just let me know who wants to share. Just unmute yourself. Who wants to share a little bit, maybe results, products, just chat and let everybody know about what they're doing and maybe what type of results they're getting, or even just something about the product. Who wants to jump on here?
Oh. Go ahead, Chuck, if you want to say something.
Oh, okay, no problem. Yeah, I was just I was say, as far as the product goes, yeah, you know, for me, myself, I've experienced, I sleep better. You know, my wife loves that. She actually uses the acidic water. So, you know, like I said, I sleep better with it. I feel like that I have more energy as well. I don't know too much about my skin and hair, but I never really paid much attention to that anyways. But my wife used it. She said that she noticed her hair felt softer, and I said, "Did you change conditioner or something?" She said, "No, I didn't do anything different. I just been drinking the water." And then she stopped it, and then it went back to normal. Then she started drinking it again, and then it went back to feeling softer again. So I don't know what that means, I guess. But then she also uses the acidic water, like the toner water, for cleaning her face. So one night she showed me she uses these regular cleaning, like these regular makeup wipe. I don't know, ladies might know if they're on the line or whatever, but you know, are watching this. But these pads that wipe makeup off your face, you know, like they're supposed to clean it out. So she would use one, and she'd use Enagic, the toner water, on like a cotton ball, and then wipe the same spot she just wiped, and it would get dirt off, and you know, makeup and dirt off that the pad she just used didn't get. So it was cool, because so she's just discovering all this stuff on her own. I just told her all the different things it could do, and she's trying it out on her own, and she's like, "What the heck?" And then she's like telling her friends about it, like and it's just kind of cool. It's just the way it like organically happens, just based on like the product alone. And you know, so like, you know, when I first got into this, I remember I bought my machine positions on Super Bowl Sunday, but I didn't really start doing anything until the week after that. And then as far as results, you know, in this, you know, the month and a half or so that I've been promoting it, you know, I've had 2 of my positions hit like the top most rank. Well, not the very top rank, but it's called 6A, and that usually will take about a year to do. But we have people in the organization doing it in like a 10th or a 12th of the time, just because of the the way that we're structuring our team build for you guys and for anybody else that's a part of it. And Jeff, I don't know if you want to talk about money stuff or not, but I mean that's been that's been really good as well. So I mean,
Show me the money, brother. Show money.
Gosh, I mean, so the way this company pays out is that you get a check for everything. So it's you go to your mailbox every day except for Sundays because we don't get mail on Sundays, and you'll get a check for everything, and it pays, each sale pays out eight different positions, 8 people, and again, I don't know how in depth you want to go with that right now, but it's nice. Like every day except for Sunday, I have like a stack of checks, and they can range anywhere from like $40 to like $2,700. It just depends on whatever product it was or whatever. But and so I mean, last month, I mean, gosh, I mean, I had just in the first month full time. I mean, I guess I should say what my results aren't typical. Do we have to say the normal stuff? I'm sure. Results aren't.
We probably should say you're absolutely going to make zero money because most people do zero work. So.
Okay. All right. So, but somebody like myself or somebody else like anybody here that takes action, I ended up earning a little over $40,000 in my first full month in Enagic, and that doesn't even count the bonuses that I received for hitting the upper ranks too, and that's totally different. So, I mean, again, my example might be extreme, or whatever. But there's other people that that are doing just as much or better. And a lot of it is attributed to the fact that we have an easy way for people now to we're making like a new way of doing things with like a solid company that still the way they market is still like bug your friends and family. So we're taking this solid company with great product, mating it with the way we like to do things now, and the end result is we're having huge growth and duplication in our team. And I mean it's been super solid. And so like as far as I love it all the way around, product-wise, income-wise. And in fact, guys, I don't know, you probably can't see on my window here. My neighbor, he lives up the hill there. I just posted this the other day. So like he always was curious about what I did, and I never really share stuff like that with friends and family like in that level because I haven't had the best experiences with people personal people joining me and stuff before because they either expect me to do it all for them, or they expect that I have some sort of inside track, or they. And because of that, they don't do what I tell them to do. They just expect something to happen. So I just stayed away. He asked me what I did, and I said, I work at home on the internet. I'm an affiliate for a company called Enagic, and we sell like these medical grade water ionizers. And he's like, really, because this guy, like he came from the Ukraine with $50 in his pocket, like he, into the United States, about 10 years ago, and now he owns a trucking company. So he's like the definition of like somebody who came from nothing, had no credit, no nothing, and he's a hustler. And now he lives in a nice home up the hill from me, and so he's asking me about what I do, and I finally gave him some information after he asked me more than once, and he looked at it and he said, "I'd like to talk to you further about it." And I said, "Okay." And so we met up at a Starbucks, like the traditional network marketing meet up at Starbucks and draw out the plan on a napkin type thing. But we met there and we talked about it for a little bit. He brought his laptop. He ended up buying the machine right there on the spot. I just helped him do it through all online. And he just told me yesterday he already sold his first machine. So he's been in for like a little over a week. He sold his first machine, which is an SD501U, which you guys know is the under-the-counter unit. So everything's under the counter instead of on top of your counter. And that's like one of the most expensive machines. So he sold one of them, and he just told me today he has another one in the works too. And this is a guy who has like never done anything in this industry before. All he's doing is plugging into our system, so he's just duplicating something that's already working and becoming part of that process. He's not reinventing the wheel. He's not trying to figure out something new. And I just tell him exactly what. This is where you need to go for the training. This is your links. Here's the back office. And this is what you share with people when they ask you about it, or this is what you market when you're going to market. And this guy is completely green as far as this is concerned. He doesn't even do anything sales related in his current business. It's all supply and logistics. Like he owns a trucking company. But he already has one sale under his belt and another one in the works, and he's going to hit that 2A rank up already. And this guy, he just got started. So he's not like somebody that like me or Jeff or somebody who you would expect to just blow it up because we've already been here for a while. This is a guy coming from the beginning of scratch and nothing, and he's already seeing results. So to me, it's like a huge proof of concept. It's not. And I can honestly say I've never had that happen with anything else I've ever been a part of. Like I've had some other people join me in other things I've done in the past, a lot of the digital-based stuff, and they get stumped up trying to set up an autoresponder. They couldn't get past that, let alone figure out how to buy traffic or drive traffic or optimize the sales funnel and all this and that. They plug into the latest whiz bang, sales funnel or sales machine that was supposed to do it all for them, and they couldn't get past the front door of it, And so, like I said, to me, this awesome to me because I'm seeing a lot of people from all different walks of life have duplication, sell this product, use the product, and they get it because it's in their house, they use it, they love it, they understand it, so it's easy for them to talk about it. And I mean, another example is my father. Again, he really has had no success in this industry. He's joined me in a few things here and there, but I mean, I don't know if you guys saw my Facebook. I posted it. He got a big bunch of checks, and that's my dad. Same thing. He gets it because he uses it. My mom uses it. He shares it with people, like the lady who cuts his hair, like the people, just in his regular everyday life, he just shares it with people. And and that's not even counting him using the marketing system that we have with Power Life Pro. So, which I guess I just name dropped it, didn't I? But but no, guys, like all in all, like the experience with this, that I'm not just me, but with our entire team is awesome. And the guys, when you're hearing about people hitting rank ups and doing this, we can't do that without help, without our team duplicating. And that means that our team's duplicating, and they're making sales, and they're making money, and they're getting checks, and we're all doing it together, which is why we're doing the build the way we're doing it. So it benefits everybody the way we're doing it. So I know I've been rambling on here for a little bit, but I'm just excited to share with you.
Chuck, I wanted to add one more thing. So this guy that had no experience, he made a sell. And here's the cool thing I think people aren't aware of yet. So we're dealing with high-ticket items as well. So that one check was probably like, what, $300 or something like that, maybe, something around there. So,
right, yeah. He's a 1A, so on that machine, I think it's like, it's $300 your first commission.
And yeah. So like, guys, I mean, from one sale, like, boom, he got a check cut sent to him, $300, right? What other company is gonna do that for you? There's not a lot out there. And depending on, we have some strategies in place depending on how you set yourself up, because we have some strategies about stacking positions and so on. It's a little bit more advanced stuff where you can start doubling your checks right away. But that's awesome, man, to hear that your neighbor. That's so cool.
Crazy, man. I mean, it's like I would never ever approach a neighbor or a family member with this. I mean, he was coming to me, and I said, okay, I showed it to him, and he got it, and he bought a machine, and now he's selling them on his own, and like a week later. I mean, so it's has nothing to do with, he has a list, or, he's been in the business for a while, because none of that's true. He doesn't have either of that, and he's never been in this industry. So it's just a person seeing an opportunity, taking advantage of it, and he's duplicating just by, like I said, we're not reinventing the wheel. You're just plugging into what's already working and duplicating that process. So
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's funny because like even I still do a little bit of digital marketing for local businesses, and I have a chiropractor client, and I met up with them last week, and I don't know how the conversation got to alkaline water, but it did, and I was like, I'm selling these machines, you should check this out. He looked at it, now he wants one. So, and then he's like, well, I can share this with my patients. Right on. It just makes sense, and it's so simple. And for the people that are thinking, that have been trying for a while, and they couldn't figure out how to make sales, I'm telling you, this thing like sells itself. You just show them what the machine does, shoot them, like send them a video on the demo, like the demo that we were all talking about. It sells itself. It's freaking amazing.
Yeah. Also, just to add to that, just so that everybody knows, one of the beautiful things about this business is you got a couple of things going on. I mean, you can actually go out and take the water and give it to people. You can take the beauty water so that they can spray it on their face and give it to people. You can take the cleaning water and give it to them. So there's a couple of aspects here. You can go out in the real world and do that, and the second part of it is, you can just also automate it online. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds. That's a really nice thing about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll chime in on this because I think it's hilarious. There's a guy that I shared a few demo videos with. There's one demo video where they do an oxidation test, a pH balance test, and like some other stuff where it just shows what the water does. But then there's another video where a guy named Daniel does a live demonstration of the machine in his home from a sink. And this guy is a rank in the company that isn't even listed on the compensation plan. I think he's a 6A13-5. Oh. Sorry, I gotta get a phone call. Actually, getting a phone call from my sister. She's already got like 7 checks, and she doesn't even know what the heck an autoresponder or how to set up a website link is. So that's fun. And the guy, Daniel, he's a rank in the company, 6A13-5 or something. It's not even listed on the comp plan, so it's ridiculous. If we talk about the comp plan, you guys will see just at a 6A2-3, the compensation is ridiculous. He's a 6A13-5. He has built the business by doing this. Sharing the water with people, so giving them water in a jug and letting them taste it and use it and spray it on their face like Joseph was saying, and then just saying, hey, if you want more of it, just give me a call when you want more. And then they call, and then after a few phone calls getting it back and forth, they're like, well, how can I just get this water myself? He's like, yeah, absolutely. Just come over to a meeting. We're going to do a live demonstration of the actual machine. The business itself right now for 35 years has been built belly to belly, old school. And you got a guy like this guy Daniel, who's a 6A13-5. It's all been just belly to belly, just sharing water with people. So that's what's so cool is this product is actually something so cool to where you actually can just share the water with people. But what's really awesome is that our team, the people that you see on this panel right now, and also people that aren't on this panel that you will meet, have actually put together and have an automated system that does all the telling and the selling of the product, the benefits, the compensation, all that good stuff for you. And just like Chuck said, he had his neighbor just simply plug into the system, created his own account after he bought his machine. Chuck sent him a link. He creates his profile on his account. He gets his own link. And then now when he wants to talk to somebody about it, all he has to do is say, oh, yeah, I don't actually know everything about it, but here, you can go take a look at everything right here. Here's your link. And just go ahead and check it out for yourself. And then the system does all the telling and selling for you. And so we already have that set up to where as soon as you buy your machine, we actually give you access to all of the resources we're using, all the videos we're using, all the pages we're using, and all you have to do is just get started. You just need to make a decision and then just take some simple action. That doesn't mean you're going to make $1 million tomorrow. As a matter of fact, you're probably not going to make even $100 tomorrow, because most people will listen to a webinar like this and they'll even see a business opportunity like this, or they'll even have an awesome product they can sell, but then they buy it and then they go and take zero action. But I know for myself and for the people on this panel, we are people that want to go and take action, just like Durant. Durant, I want you to pop on real quick and just tell me, once you got started, what did you do, bro? Once you bought your machine, and what did you do to get your? Because you already had 1 or 2 sales, right?
Yeah.
Tell everybody what you did, because Michael's told me a little bit about you, and you don't have like a crazy amount of experience online, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
What exactly did you do to get those first couple of sales? Because you're a living example of someone that's newer with this stuff and that doesn't have a crazy big list or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Just like Michael was saying, like I pretty much just jumped in and just took action. I didn't even know anything. Like I didn't even know about the product. Everything that is that you need to know about the product. I didn't know like even the comp plan or how to explain any of that. I just basically jumped in, got started, asked what I need to do. Michael's there, told me exactly what to do. I showed people the link, and they went to the system, and Bob's your uncle. Pretty much that's what happened. I mean, it was that simple. Didn't really have to sell it to anybody. Pretty much, they just kind of went to the system and it sold itself. And
that's awesome, bro.
Yeah,
I love it, man. Are you stoked right now, or what? Are you like ready to just start slinging water every day of the week?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm like pumped, ready to go, man.
That's awesome.
Like I said, this is the first time like I've experienced any success like this I've already had in this short a period of time. I mean, everything else has been like a real struggle and just having to learn a bunch of things. And like I said, I just jumped in, just took action, and it's happening. So I'm pretty, real pumped up about that. I mean,
Durant, remember what I told you? I said, hustle, get people to see what the machine does, and people are gonna want one.
Yeah, exactly. You just show them what it does, show them the videos, and they're just like, boom, it's like already there. They already made the decision. I mean,
yeah,
that's that simple. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it makes sense. Like Chuck was saying, like Jeff was saying, you don't have to finagle a way to explain like, how this is what I do online. I sell this. I used an autoresponder and I have a sales. It's complicated as hell, especially if you're trying to sell a digital product. But with this, you're like, I just sell a water ionizer, and they're like, what is that? You've heard of alkaline water? Yeah. You just it's the thing you hook up to your faucet, turn it on, boom, you got alkalized water. And they're like, what? Yeah, check out this video. It does even more than that. And then they're just sold on it. And what's funny is a couple of months ago, about a month and a half ago, I was just browsing. I was clicking on ads, just seeing where stuff was going and seeing what people were doing. And I came across the ad for the funnel that you guys got, Chuck, and I was like, oh, this is clean. I was like, I like this. So I was taking screenshots. I was like, oh, I'm gonna use that. I like the way this is laid out here, and oh, this is cool. Like I was just like, what are they selling? So I started watching the videos, and I'm like, oh, good for these guys. You know, they're selling a physical product that's awesome. They've gone digital. This is awesome. And then I thought nothing of it. I just thought it was cool. I was like, man, they found a great product. It looks like cool comp plan. Right on, cool. And then I go get married, go on my honeymoon. I'm in Costa Rica. I get my phone, like the one time I got Wi-Fi, my Skype's blowing up. Mike's like, you got to see this thing. Call me as soon as you can. So I'm like, I'll wait till I get back. So I get back, and he was like, dude, there's this water thing, and I'm like, it's not that water ionizer, the Kangen water that the PowerLife Pro they're doing, right? He goes, how did you know? But I just thought, and I was like, okay. So he's like, hey, talk to Jeff. Okay, so I called Jeff, and I was like, hey, Mike said to call you. What is this? What are we doing? And Jeff broke it down, explained it to me, and I was just like, dude, this is nuts. So the company's been around for like 40 years, just direct sale, hardcore direct sales, face to face, and they're still not completely online. They're still having to fill out the form to order this damn thing. And we've built an automated system. He's like, yeah, dude. And I go, holy shit, like this is nuts. Because I mean, if you think about it, for everyone watching this, you guys understand enough of internet marketing to get by. Like you know enough to where if you just went out there and took action with something, you can get some results. But this is an industry that is like a global niche. This niche is so deep that it just, and when you say, oh, it's a water ionizer, people just get it. It's game over. And then when you tie in an automated sales funnel, like with what people do online with digital products, and you tie it to an actual physical product, dude, it's like, if you let this pass you by, 5 years from now, you're going to see everyone on this panel, and you're going to be like, oh, I should have done it. I should have done it. But
it's the unicorn, man.
Yeah.
Unicorn.
Hello,
Yeah.
Let me share something real quick. I'm going to answer a question because I saw a question in the comments that is a good question. I want to refer to it real quick. Let me share this statement that I shared with a couple of people, because there's a lot of people that get, like Michael was talking about earlier, I think, shiny object syndrome. And I want to just share this quick thing that's like, it'll open your eyes to something. There was a time when there was a guy who was selling horses. He had a great business because everybody was riding horses. Everybody wanted a horse. They needed a horse to pull their carriage. They needed to ride the horse themselves. Their whole life was surrounded by getting transportation on a horse, okay? But then there was a guy named Henry Ford that came up with a smart idea to make something called a Model T, and it was the automobile. And I know that there was a guy who was building another horse stable at the time that the Model T was about to get released, and he was like, dude, I got to invest and build another horse stable, and then I'm going to build another horse stable after that, and then I'm going to build another horse stable after that. And then somebody came across his path and was like, dude, no, you got to invest in this guy Henry Ford's company. He makes these things called automobiles. And he was like, oh, that'll never work. And that guy that was selling horses and building horse stables literally missed out on an opportunity that everyone in the world now understands, that their transportation, their number one source of transportation is an automobile. Don't be the horse stable guy when Henry Ford is knocking on your door saying, hey man, I got a really good thing that I'm working on right now, and I guarantee you that a lot of people are going to want it. And it's just, don't be the horse stable guy, okay? And I hope that makes sense. Now let me just go ahead.
I was just going to say, to piggyback off of that, just like anything else in life, timing is so critical, no matter what you do, and that's basically one of the bottom lines of what Jeff is talking about. And when you add to everything that Jeff just said, you add to the fact that there's like over 680,000 people coming online each day. That's 19 million per month, over 2 billion people online at any given moment, and we're the first company to have an automated system to offer this to the world. Timing is everything. That's all.
And so I want to answer this question real quick because there's a guy that asked, "What's the cost of the device to get into the business? I'm sold on it. I need to know if I can afford it." And this is a great question because one thing that we found, I know that myself selling low ticket and high ticket, and I know Chuck would probably say the same thing, and even Mike and Tim with your guys' systems that you've built. When you have people come into a business and they see something, it's like when it's like $7 to $27 type of thing, it's like, okay, I might take a chance. But as soon as something gets over a certain price, ticket-wise, sometimes people pull the brakes and they're like, oh, I can't afford that. And so that's called a barrier to entry sometimes, is people just can't get their mind across like, oh, that's like, I can't afford that. And so what's really awesome about our team and what we've actually been able to accomplish with the systems that we set in place is we've not just set up automated systems that do the telling and selling. We haven't just set up a great team community to where you're going to get help and you're going to have support. We haven't just also coupled with a great product that's been around for over 35 years and is medical grade equipment in Japan being used in hospitals. And also on top of that, the company offers a great compensation plan. All that stuff is awesome. But then when it comes to the barrier to entry, oh my gosh, this thing might be a little bit more expensive than I can afford. Here's the real cool thing, is we've actually partnered with financing companies to where we have seen people with credit scores not over 800, not over 700, but even just barely over 600 or low sixes, and sometimes even the high 500s, getting qualified for financing and then being able to pay monthly payments on a machine, so the whole machine is covered through the financing cost up front, and then you can actually start tapping into the system and making sales before your monthly payment starts. So that's what's really interesting about what we have set up here, is we've actually looked and saw ahead of the game, barrier to entry here, barrier to entry here, barrier to entry here, and we've tried to knock all those barrier to entries down, as many as we can possible, so we can give you, the person that's coming in trying to start a home business, the best possible scenario to get started. So I'm just super pumped if you haven't noticed. I'm excited about what we're doing, and I actually want to open up just to anybody that wants to share anything, because I want to start maybe answering a few questions and then begin to wrap this up, because I think we got a good amount of information already out there. So if you guys have anything to share, I want one by one, if you guys want to share something, we can share it.
Yeah, I wanted to share something. I know, Jeff, well, you didn't really talk about the compensation. We'll just leave it at that. It's absolutely, you've never seen anything like it before, and that's because it's been patented, and it's just a super powerful compensation plan that really encourages like leaders like us to actually go out of our way to help our team and actually even give you sales, because it's not going to take any money out of our own pocket, even if we're going to give you sales. That's how powerful this thing is, and it's just absolutely amazing. And the one thing I think everybody that's watching this, even if they're watching the replay, and Chuck really touched on this, and I think everybody on here can agree, is if you're in the biz op space, you're going to be grinding, you're going to be jumping from thing to thing, you're going to make some money here, then you got to find the next thing, and you're going to get burnt out. What happened to me, I got burnt out early. It didn't even take me that long. I decided to go a whole different route. Like I learned what I had learned about internet marketing. I got really good at SEO. I started doing consulting and some other stuff, and I don't want to do biz op, and then we ended up starting this company that teaches internet marketing. But what you really should consider is a place that you can call home, like Chuck said, that he feels like he's at home and he's proud. He's actually proud of what he's doing and what he's selling. I mean, I know I've sold stuff in the past where, let's say I wasn't the proudest, selling it. If I had to tell like my parents what I was doing, it's kind of hard to explain, but they're really old school anyway. But this is something that it's a product that people just flat out want. They're just going to buy it. It's a high ticket product, so you can make some big checks right up front, right away. It's not like an MLM structure or anything like that. This is direct sales. You're going to be rewarded for every sale that you make. And the company's been around forever. They're not in debt. They manufacture all their own products. Everything's in-house. That's why I said it's a unicorn. There's nothing like it out there. If you're trying to do direct sales and you want to work a business, this is it. I mean, it's going to be here for the long run. So we're going to be here for the long run. We're all looking, 5-10 years from now. This is retirement, really. I mean, Jeff, wouldn't you agree? I mean, the company pretty much has the power to to retire you and your family.
Oh, totally. I mean, you guys, I literally have 100% focus on this team right here. Some of you guys know me. It's like some of you guys might have remembered back in other things that I've created and websites that I've built. You couldn't get a hold of me for the life of anything. It don't matter if you had $1,000 in your hand ready to put in my PayPal account. You could not find me anywhere. You couldn't find my phone number. You couldn't find my email. I wouldn't get on any type of hangout. Nothing. You know what I mean? And here I am. You know, I got stuff that I'm doing all day today. You know, if you guys don't know, I actually do a lot of stuff like through church and stuff. So I'm involved in the church that I'm at, and I actually have something I have to go to tonight. But I'm taking out parts of my day to get on the phone with people, to do hangouts like this, to invite the team together and encourage and get people motivated, because you have to have vision bigger than yourself if you actually want to help other people and build a team that can actually change people's lives for the better long term. And when I saw the compensation that is involved in this company, with not even upfront commissions, but by being able to build a team and then get bonus and educational bonuses through the company's override bonuses once you hit a certain level, like Chuck mentioned earlier, a guy on his team named Dave has hit a 6A2 level. There's something that gets opened up at that level where you actually can start to get what's called profit shares in the company. And let me just share this, because I don't want to get into screen sharing and everything, because we already have videos and everything that show all that stuff. And everyone is going to get back with whoever invited you to this webinar for the details. Let's just leave it at that. They're going to give you the details on everything. You're going to get back with them. But let me say this. At the 6A2-3 level, which is just right above where Chuck's team member Dave hit, it's just he's real close to getting there, and he'll get there pretty soon. At that level, the profit shares alone, on top of sales, on top of commissions, on top of override commissions, just profit sharing alone is over $400,000 a year through the company that they pay out to you. Just let that sink into your brain for a second. He hit that rank 6A2, which is just at 1 or 2 levels below 6A2-3. And Chuck, was it less than 2 months now?
It was, yeah, it was about 6 weeks, 45 days, right around in there, yeah.
And what did you say, like, the average person hitting that level would normally take in an Agic was something like what?
About 2 years usually.
That's ridiculous, man.
I know. I mean, but that's them doing it all, like the belly to belly, giving out water, family and friends, like, you know. But since we're using our systems and stuff, I mean, that's the whole thing, is we're ranking up to those levels. And the thing about Dave is that he could, if he wanted to stop, he can stop and then still keep getting that profit share money until it's like for 99 years, and you can will it down to your family and stuff. I've never ever seen this anywhere. I mean, and then it just goes up from there. I mean, there's guys making just silly amounts of money, you know.
That's ridiculous. Chuck, why don't you talk about real quickly, like, checks that you're getting that you had no direct correlation to, like, meaning checks that are coming in just because of people that are coming in and selling the product themselves. Because I know that your personal sales, you haven't even done a ton of personal sales, have you? Or what's your deal on that?
No. My personal sales has probably been like maybe 15 to 20 sales of my own, and the rest has just been and I've received hundreds of. I have a, well, actually here.
Come on, give us one of these, Chucky. Give us a little fan wave, you know, like this, you know.
Here's all my stubs. I don't know if you can really. I mean, there's like all sticking together. I mean, there's like a several hundred here. I don't even know. Like, these are just the stubs.
That's ridiculous.
I keep them all. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed to or whatever. But I mean, like I said, they range anywhere from $40 up to $2,700. And a lot of my checks that I get, and I look at who bought it and where it came from, and I was like, I never heard that name ever. But it's just somewhere down in the team, and that's the whole cool point about it, is every time a sale is made, like 8 people are getting paid. So just like we were saying earlier, is that it doesn't matter to us if we put sales underneath you guys, because we still make the same money and you make money. So it's like we're all just doing it together to come up together and win, and that's the way we're building the business. I mean, you know, so it's a huge benefit to get positioned, because you're gonna have us like putting people beneath you, and you're gonna be making money, and we're making money, and we're building a big team together, and that's why we're doing it this way, you know. And
that's awesome.
Like you had said, Jeff, like barriers to entry, like I'll just segue into this, is that everybody that I've ever talked to likes the idea of high ticket commissions, of course. I mean, it's, you know, it's not like an MLM thing where they tell you to focus on the 3 to 5 year plan, and you know, you're making $2 commissions off somebody's $100 a month auto ship or whatever, and you know, and hopefully one day it'll be something. But this type of business allows you to make the money that you want to make right now to make a difference in your life, for your family, whatever you want to do right now. But it also removes the biggest obstacle that most people have, which is like, I like it, but I just can't afford it, I don't have the money for it. So when you combine like the sales funnel with a great product, high ticket commissions, with a way that people can get started with nothing out of their pocket, I mean, it just becomes like order taking. Like, hey, it's fun. I mean, you know, and you're building a team, and like I said, you know, I feel proud about what you're doing. You're selling a good quality product and doing it with a sales funnel that, you know, people are going to be able to plug into and duplicate with, and it's great. And so it's a good time to be a part of everything. And we've, like you said, we've thought of everything, and it's all covered. All you have to do is just become a part of it, so you can start seeing the benefits for yourself and see what we're talking about. Because I don't know, I've sold high ticket stuff for a long time, you know, and a lot of people's thoughts are usually like, well, geez, I don't know anybody that has that much, or that's a lot of money for people to spend. And I'll tell you that, like, especially with the no money, you know, the zero out of pocket financing option, that totally removes that objection, you know, so you never have to like to deal with that ever. I mean, and so like I said, it's an easy thing for people to plug into and duplicate, and super stoked to be here with an awesome team and awesome products. And I guess that's pretty much, I guess I can keep rambling on if you want, but I think that's pretty much sums it up for me. So
I think exactly, you nailed it on the head. Like, you've personally brought in roughly around 15 people, and then what happened is those people got the vision, and with the vision they saw the benefit of the product, and they just began to share our replicatable system with people, and then also probably just doing a little bit of just belly to belly stuff too, because it's such an awesome product. And because of that, now you're getting checks where you don't even know where they're coming in from, because you never talk to those people. You only talk to a certain group of people, and then those people got checks up because there's an 8-point commission system. So I'm going to quickly segue into a little bit about how the commissions get paid out. And again, this is all explained in the video, so if you don't understand what I'm going to say right now, don't worry, we have explanations. But basically, the reason why Check is getting Check, well, we're gonna have to change your name to Chuck, because you get so many checks, bro. call him Check Marshall. The reason why Chuck is getting so many checks is because when one machine is sold, there's 8 points of commission that have to get paid out. And when everybody buys a machine, they start out as a 1A. So when you start out as a 1A and you make a sale as a 1A, you're going to get 1 point. So 1A equals 1 point of commission. Well, guess what? There's still 7 points that have to go somewhere, and those go up. So if somebody brought you in and you're a 1A and you make a sale, there's going to be 7 points that are going up. And the amount of points of commission that you get are all just based on what lane you're ranked at. So if you're a 2A, you get 2 points, 3A, 3 points, 4A, 5A, 6A, so on and so forth. The amount of each point is simply determined by what machine was purchased. So the machine we encourage everyone to buy is the K8 machine. Every point of commission, the value of every point is $340. So I want you to just imagine this real quick. You get started and you buy a K8 machine. And when you buy that K8 machine, the person that you bought it from is going to get however many commission points that they're ranked at. So if they're a 2A, they're going to get 2 commission points. So 2 times 340, $680 on one sale, okay? But here's the awesome part. The person you just sold that machine to, you're going to plug them into the exact same team system that we're using to make these sales that you are going to buy from yourself. And you're going to get the exact replication and duplication system that we have that does all the telling and selling for you. All you got to do is just get people to the webinar and invite them to things like this that we're going to be doing. And all the links and all that stuff are given to you. But here's the cool part. When that person that you sold the K8 machine to goes and does exactly what you just did, and they go and make a sale themselves, they're going to get a commission because they're a 1A. But guess what? There's still 7 points left over. So guess what? Those points are going right up. So you're going to start getting checks in the mail if the people you bring in make sales for people that you never even talked to, you never even did work to get in to come and see the webinars or the presentations or see the system or take a look at the business. So that's why it's so powerful. The reason why we're excited as team builders about this is because we actually get to help our team build, and the company's going to pay us to do it. Just let that sink in real quick. The company's going to pay me to help you get sales. Joseph, can you unmute yourself? Joseph?
Yeah.
When you got your first sale, how did you get that sale?
Through you.
Okay. Did you email somebody? Did you go talk to a friend or a family member? How did you get your first commission check?
I did nothing. I got it straight from your heart, bro.
You actually got an email from me, didn't you?
Yeah. That's
Saying,
it.
hey, congratulations, Joseph. I just put someone underneath you.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
So I'm excited because I get to help people like Joseph, and Mike is helping people, and Mike and Tim are helping people that are on their team like Durant and Chuck. Us together, we're working together to figure out how is it that we can help people that are actually that want to come in, buy a machine, and they want to take action. How can we help them rank up as quickly as possible? So we're looking for those people that are coming in and buying machines and trying to figure out how we can help them to make sales. But the best part is that if you just came in and got started and actually took serious action and treated this like a real business, and you actually worked it like a real business, that you can actually just replicate the exact formula that we're using to get the same sales, and you're actually not going to need that much help from us, even though you're going to get it anyways. You can actually make sales just like Durant. He gave his testimonial right here on the webinar, that he came in and he just showed the people the link that he sent an email to, or a Facebook friend, or whatever it was, that Michael told him to send, and then the person bought the machine. So that's why I'm so excited about this, and why I'm so excited about the compensation. And actually, some of the checks that I just got, like these checks right here, these are a handful of checks that came in, and these I separated these because these were just from Mike and Tim recently that were pass-ups. I don't even know. I thought I was supposed to get these last week, but they came in. And these checks are all just from Mike and Tim, people that I never talked to, but Mike and Tim made some sales, and so these checks come in from there. And then I also got the stubs too, like Chuck, where it's just like all these stubs that I have to deposit into my bank account. You know what I mean? And we can't talk about, can I just share this too? We actually can't even talk about what's on the checks because the company is so compliant and so clean behind the ears type of company that they don't want everybody going and talking about, oh, look at how much I got on this check, and look how much I got on this check, and look how much I got on this check. Because they want to be super compliant with the FTC, and they want to be here long term. And they've already proven that by being here for over 35 years. So you're in a good spot right now if you're on this webinar, and really what you need to do is make a decision. You need to make a decision to run with us. You need to make a decision to join. And the way that you're going to do that is you're going to get back in touch with the person that invited you to this webinar. You're not going to email me. You're not going to email someone that you didn't get an invitation from. You're going to actually respond to the person that invited you to this webinar. You're going to say, hey, I'm ready to get going. How do I get started? And then they're going to give you the exact steps you need to take to get started with our team. Does anybody else want to maybe share some thoughts?
I wanted to throw something else out there too. I'm getting a little full. Is that okay? So for those of you that are here, that for those of you that Tim and myself invited, or they're part of AWN, for everybody that's getting involved in this, we're actually giving away AWN Academy as a bonus, probably for the people that join at a certain level. We haven't decided on that yet, but that's a $500 value. We sell that all day long for $500, so it has great training in there. For anybody on our team, you can use that as leverage. You can advertise that as a bonus. So that's just something else that we're bringing to the table that you guys can use. And for those of you that are in Academy, there's great training in there that can help you in your marketing. So, yeah, that's about it.
That's awesome. Tim, you want to pop in and say anything, bro?
No, man. You guys kind of, if I add anything to that, I think it'll take away. So, no, dude. I mean, my biggest thing is, in the back of my mind, I've always been wanting to get into, selling physical product via the internet, the interwebs. But I just couldn't really, I couldn't wrap my head around selling, Amazon products or anything like that. I wanted something that was high ticket, that was just made sense, and because I just like writing sales videos and sales copy to sell something. But and it's funny when I came across the funnel, like I was saying earlier, that Chuck and these guys had put together. When I saw it, I was like, oh, that's awesome, dude. That's so cool. And then after talking to you, it really clicked, and I was just like, you know what, this is it. So, I think the reason why I didn't want to see it at first when I was just going through the funnel and seeing what it was is because I was so focused on what I was doing in that moment that I was just looking for ideas for stuff that I was doing. And then I kind of put it off because I was laser focused. But then you guys kind of came in and shook me up for a second and was like, no, dude, look at this. All right. So now my focus is kind of, it did this, you know, and I'm like, okay, well, let's put it over here. And by watching, you know, Mike's been crushing it, doing stuff. I know you guys have been talking, and it's insane, dude. Like, I don't know what to say about it. It's just crazy.
Hey,
like the power behind it.
I wanted to add one more thing before I forget, because I'm going to forget, and this is kind of cool, because for those of you that have done stuff in the past and maybe have dabbled in like paid traffic and haven't had success, you know, a lot of the times, like some of the stuff that you're selling out there, some of these digital companies, they have such a low front end. It's really hard to get an ROI, especially if they don't have a solid back end where that's, you know, where you're going to make the majority of your money. And since we're dealing with high ticket sales here and such, you know, this product, which is, you know, this vertical is huge. I mean, the health and the health market and all that stuff, health conscious people. I mean, there's so many angles you can take on this and selling this machine. When you're talking about, like, you know, doing advertising online, since you're making such a big commission, you can go out there. I mean, your cost per acquisition, I mean, you can be spending upwards to like a couple $100 just to make a sale, $300 to make a sale, because you're going to be getting big checks. So a lot of the people that maybe have had, you know, bad experiences with paid traffic in the past, you know, the stuff that I know Jeff and I were going to be putting out and helping you guys with and kind of just giving you things to model, I think a lot of you guys are going to, you know, find out how actually easy this really is, and it makes sense because you know, you're going to get the paid traffic to work for you. I think it's going to be a first for a lot of people with this product and the way we have things set up, just because it's so easy to acquire client or to acquire customers and leads in this market. And again, since it's high ticket, you can like fund your campaigns really easily. So I'm excited for that alone. It's gonna be awesome.
Tim, I know exactly why you didn't want to watch the sales video, bro. Because you're just like me, and if there's a good sales video, you're the easiest person to get sold.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm the worst at? I can't watch infomercials because I'll buy the crap out of every infomercial that comes in front of me. It's like,
I love watching.
There's more. And I'm like, I want more. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. I actually love watching infomercials just to watch the structure of how they pitch it. If you ever, I noticed you got a bookshelf there, but a book, if you haven't read it yet, everyone who's watching this and who's on this panel needs to pick this book up. It's called A Millionaire's Notebook by Stephen Scott. If you've ever wanted to write copy, this dude does infomercials, TV commercials. He did the infomercials for Cher, Richard Simmons, all these guys for like the last 20 years. They've done over $1 billion in sales, and all on TV by writing the ads for it. And he breaks down his exact formula of how he goes about his market research and all that stuff. So after reading that book, every time I see an infomercial, I'm like, yes. You know, just like, yeah, it's awesome.
All right, cool, man. I think this is a good webinar. So I want to just to finalize it, maybe, I know Tim, Mike, you've kind of shared your thoughts. I've shared my thoughts. Why don't Joseph, Durant, and Chuck, we'll just start with you, Joseph. Why don't you share maybe the last final thoughts, and then we'll just send everybody on their way.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you know, I've been around the block in my life at least once, and I just think it's just funny to note, like, if you look at every one of these guys on this panel, they're all kind of like down-to-earth guys. Nobody's real flashy, you know, and I think it's a testimony to the fact, you know, we're just regular guys, and I'm sure many of you are just regular people, and we're seeking something that's honest, that has integrity and character, and I really believe I found it. I mean, the first time I saw this, I mean, it just clicked, and I think that's the way it'll be for a lot of you if you really go through the funnel and you share it with other people. It's real. That's it.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah. Durant, why don't you say something, bro, and we'll close it out after Chuck.
All right. Yeah, you guys pretty much covered everything, you know, already. But like I said, you just gotta get started and not let it pass you by, because you know that's exactly what I did, and I don't regret it at all. Though this whole system that we have in place, the team that we have here, you know, when they say they're gonna help you guys, they're gonna help you because they already helped me a lot. Like I said, I've already got sales, and you know, it's just I don't know. I have really no words to describe it. I'm just like super pumped, and I just can't wait. Like I said, I'm just honored to be on you guys' team, and you know, this is gonna be something. What's
I wanted to add one more thing to this, because like Jeff, like I hate like getting on calls or something. Like I don't do any of that, and like I don't even want to do coaching or anything like it one-on-one. And like with this though, it's different. Just like Jeff said, and like Durant, I mean, you could attest to this. Like how many Skype calls did we have?
Definitely, but like already like 8.
You needed me, I was there.
Right, exactly. It was just like right on. Usually it's everyone's busy, they got a lot of stuff to do, but right at any time that I needed him, he's like, "Hey, Mike, let's get on a Skype call." He's like, "Sure, man, let's do it." It's like everybody was there to help. Jeff has helped me through Facebook, messaging. It's just like I said, just great. I can't I can't say enough about it. Like I'm just so pumped about it, dude. So
yeah, for the people jumping on, we're there to help. We will go out of our way to help you guys. So jump on.
Awesome. All right, Chuck, you got anything you want to share to close it out?
I'll just kind of reiterate what I've said before, but I've been doing this for 10 years, in this industry for 10 years. I actually quit, for about a year because I wasn't happy with everything I had done. But after seeing all this and being a part of this, I mean, this is like the place to be. It's like I said, good solid product with a business that you can be proud of building, that you can make the type of money that you want to make. It's something that you can build up and then actually walk away from later on if you want to. I mean, a lot of companies say that kind of stuff, but this company's been around for 40 years, and how many other companies in our industry, can say that? I mean, I think I can probably count them on one hand. So this is the right place to be, and now that we've matched it up with our sales funnel and people have the way to get in where they don't need any money out of pocket, there's really no reason to not do this, in my opinion. I mean, because the product's going to help you get healthier. It's something it's easy to share. The comp plan is going to help you, change your life financially and to do whatever it is you want to do for yourself and your family and your kids or whatever. So there's really, to me, I can't think of a reason why anybody wouldn't do this, to be honest, because the team structure's there. We're going to help you guys, make money just like we've all been doing so far. Like everybody said, when we help make sales for you, it's not that we want you to sit there and depend on us, of course not, but it's just nice to know that you're going to have that help from the leadership that's above you and working alongside you. So, I mean, to me, it's I couldn't, in my mind, I cannot think of one reason why somebody would say, hey, this isn't for me. Could it be, if it's not for you, is it what's not for you, the making money part or being healthier part? Again, I mean, because it's easy for people, on the digital stuff, it's like, well, I don't get it, I don't want it, but for this, it's totally different. So for me, it's the right place, the right time. The compensation is good, the product's excellent, company's super solid. So like I said, you're not reinventing the wheel, you're just plugging into what's already working and duplicating the process. So just let us help you do that. That's pretty much it.
That's perfectly said, bro. I agree with you 100%. So yeah, I think that's a good amount of information for tonight. And obviously, if you're watching this webinar live or if you're watching a replay of it, all you need to do is very simple. There's one thing that you need to do right now. You just need to make a decision. That decision's simple. Do you want to run with us, or do you want to just keep doing what you're doing right now? And if you want to run with us, then once you make the decision to buy the machine, you're going to get everything that we're using to be successful with this business. It will take you the time to take action, but it's all focused action. We're giving you exactly what to do and how to focus and target that action. So we're excited that you guys are on this call live with us if you're here live, and if you're watching the replay, we're excited that you have come and taken time out of your day to just come and check out what we have to show you. But what you need to do right now is you need to get back in contact with whoever invited you to this webinar. Whatever page you're watching it on, wherever the webinar is being shown, whoever sent you to that webinar, that hangout, just get back in touch with the person that sent you there and just ask them, I want to get started, how can I get started? And they'll give you the information you need to get started. So yeah, I think that's a good hangout for us guys. Appreciate all you guys coming on that are on the panel, and had a lot of fun. So hope everybody has a good night, and we're going to close it down. Have a good one.